This one, we're going to do something kind of fun, and that is choosing my top 5 pieces of audio gear from 2023. Most of them are new, some of them are not. Actually, they've been around, but they were something that I reviewed in 2023. So let's go ahead and jump in. Number 1 is the Rode NT1 5th generation. This is a large diaphragm condenser microphone. It is basically, it sounds the same as the 4th generation, which is the black NT1, which has been my daily driver for Zoom calls and things of that nature. The new features, of course, on the NT1 is that it also has a USB output, and it can record in 32-bit float over USB, and it also has some inbuilt processing, so you can apply a compressor or a de-esser, things like that. So really nice microphone, $250. For me, just a fantastic microphone and incredible value for that price. Now, is it a perfect microphone for everybody? No. Some people are concerned that it doesn't have a headphone output on it. Okay, that's valid. If that's really important for your workflow, then yeah, that's a valid point. They also didn't like that the XLR port and the USB port shared the same space, so you can't have both of them plugged in at the same time. Again, if that's important for your workflow, then maybe something else would be a better choice. But overall, to me, the Rode NT1, 4th generation, 5th generation, and Signature Series, all of them sound better for my voice than my Neumann U87, which I bought with my own money, which is saying something, just right out of the mic. Now, you can EQ both of them, of course, but for $250, it's just a pretty amazing thing. Okay, second thing is the Mackie DLZ. Now, this one's kind of interesting for a variety of reasons. In the context of December 2023, Rode, which makes the Rodecaster Pro 2, has purchased Mackie. So, and the Mackie DLZ is basically, kind of in my mind at least, the main competitor to the Rodecaster Pro 2. So I prefer the Mackie DLZ, to be honest, and now they're owned by the same company, so we'll see what happens. But there are a few things on the Mackie DLZ as a dedicated podcast live stream mixer and recorder that I prefer over the Rodecaster Pro 2. They're both great products, but there are just a few things that makes the DLZ a little bit better for me. Number 1, much bigger screen. I really like the space that it gives you. It's a 10.1-inch screen. You have more kind of, what's the right term for them? There are knobs that change depending on which context you're in, which menu you're in, and those work really nicely. Overall, they've also added, in the most recent version, they've added NDI support, so you can actually send audio via NDI over Ethernet to your computer, maybe your streaming computer, for example, or you can send audio from a Mackie DLZ via NDI to another Mackie DLZ if you wanted to do that over a computer network. So opens up a lot of possibilities. And this is kind of maybe a silly thing, but Mackie comes from the background of making professional mixers. And then on the other hand, you have Rode, which comes from the perspective of making microphones, and then they started to move into these kind of dedicated podcast mixers. And it kind of shows. You don't have a master fader, for example, on the, like a physical master fader on the Rodecaster Pro. You do on the Mackie DLZ. And then the other thing I found that works better for me with the DLZ is that I can send line outputs on 1/4-inch connectors over to my camera. So they're balanced outputs and they work really well. On the Rode, I had trouble getting that to work. The levels weren't exactly line level and there were some challenges there. But in any case, the Mackie DLZ, I use it on my live streams almost every single week, and it has been an amazing mixer. Next up was a microphone that we reviewed. I don't think it was new in 2023, but I got my first exposure to it in 2023, and that is the JZ Microphones V11, V standing for vintage. My wife calls this the deodorant stick microphone. It has kind of a unique shape, but I love this microphone. It fits my voice so nicely. Who do I think it's for? It's really good for people that have a sibilance problem like I do. So when you say the letter S or C, if you get a lot of grating, sizzly kind of sound come out of your mouth, then you probably have a good bit of sibilance in your voice. And this mic manages that, but it also creates this beautiful, beautiful, smooth broadcast style sound. Amazing for voiceover, amazing for podcasting if you want to do that as well. Interestingly, the video that we did has so few views. It's pathetic. It's like, oh, I almost didn't do the review at all. And we've optimized the thumbnail. We've changed the title to see if that was the problem. Just like no one wants to know anything about a large diaphragm condenser microphone. They're just tired of hearing about them, I guess. I don't know. But for whatever reason, Of all of the large diaphragm condenser microphones I've used, this is the one that fits my voice the best, and I love it. And in fact, in the other episodes of my videos that I've done where I've recorded with this, and it was on another topic, I wasn't talking about this microphone, one of the most common questions I get is, wow, that mic sounds really good. What mic is it? So in any case, its price varies. It's on sale quite often, actually. But I think the regular price is, I think, $800 or $900. That even seems to be a moving target. But right now, I just checked, and to get it with a wooden box, in fact, it is currently $500. So keep an eye on that if this is something that you're in the market for. Such a beautiful sounding mic. All right, fourth up, probably the most anticipated piece of gear for, I would say, prosumers in the sound for video market this year seems to be the DEITY Theos. So many people excited about that. I can't tell you how many questions I got. Curtis, when are you going to review it? And I was like, I haven't received it yet. I haven't received it yet. It's finally arrived. And I would say in the prosumer wireless microphone space, DEITY has done a nice job here. It's not perfect, but it is really good. For its price, $550 per channel. So the whole kit with 2 transmitters and a single dual channel receiver comes in at about $1,100. It is a digital system. Its tunability range is quite wide. It's not everything in the United States, but it's a fairly wide set of frequencies that you can work with, so you can use it in different countries. You can record 32-bit float to the transmitter. It is just it's a pretty good system. Now, is it perfect? Some people are pointing out, oh gosh, it doesn't sound perfect. It sounds like there's some digital modulation there on your voice at this point. Wireless is hard, and I think they've done a nice job, and it's a definite upgrade from all of the consumer-grade 2.4 gigahertz systems. I feel like DEITY has learned their lessons from their previous generation wireless kits, which had some issues. This one seems pretty solid. Now, number 5. This one is not new at all to the world, but it was new to me in 2023. It is a Sennheiser. It's not even new to me in 2023. It was the first time I actually bought one with my own money, and that is a Sennheiser MKH50 small diaphragm condenser microphone. I use it as a boom microphone. I used it in most of my videos this year. It is a beautiful sounding microphone. Such great quality. It just sounds fantastic on almost every voice. We use it in the studio at work where I work as well. And it is not a cheap microphone. It is $1,200 US in the United States. And then in other countries, of course, you have to check what the pricing is there. But you might say to yourself, Curtis, why would I ever spend that much on a microphone? Aren't there other options that are less expensive? Yes, there are other options. But there's a reason why a lot of production sound mixers still use this microphone, even though it's decades old. It's one of the types of microphones you can buy once in your career. It'll probably last your entire career, and you never have to worry about whether or not you're going to get good sound. It's going to get you good sound as long as you position it correctly and gain it up right. It's a fantastic microphone. It also, if you are in the, and I've not criticizing here, I've been on this myself, but if you're on the upgrade hamster wheel, you're like, oh, I got $400, I can upgrade my $200 microphone now. Oh, now I have $600, I can upgrade my $400 microphone. You just on that hamster wheel year after year after year. I'd say get off the hamster wheel, save up till you have $1,200 and buy an MKH50. You will not regret it. It will last your entire career. So that was a lot of fun for me. I hope it was for you as well. I'd love to hear what your top picks for 2023 are down in the comments below. Get out there, make some great sound. We'll talk to you soon.